Hi there guys, Neil at Italia Autos here. Welcome back to another video on my channel. Hopefully you're all doing well. Porsche again this week. We are getting close to needing paint work done to it. It is hopefully booked in tomorrow to go for paint. So I need to strip the door down, strip the rear bumper off, take the last rear light off and do a few other little jobs to get it ready for paint, and then we can wave goodbye to it for a few weeks while it gets its prettiness restored. So I've already taken this light out, dead easy to do, just a screw in the back of it inside the boot, and then you just need to prise the light out with a few pry bars and out it will eventually come. Remove this grommet here, and then you can see the little screw we've got to undo behind it. Now as you can see from this removed headlight, there's two sliding sort of pins which it attaches to here, and there's a rubber grommet at the back which it pushes into, so you need to release it from that rubber grommet in order to get it out. I mean, I suppose you could push from behind, but you don't really have many access points. So what I'm going to be doing is using these pry tools to pull the headlight out that way. What I'd normally do as well is put some tape around the paintwork, but as this is all being repainted, I haven't done so. And there we go. So now let's get this rear bumper off. I can see there's a couple of torques here. There's going to be some along the rear arch and there's going to be some along the bottom of the bumper, so let's try and find them and get the bumper off. What's happened here is the dent is stopping me from accessing the bolt at the back because it pushed everything over. Yay, finally got it. Looking at it around here, the bumper goes underneath the spoiler, so I think it's best to remove the spoiler so I can access all the bolts underneath. Quite straightforward to do, to be honest. I thought it might be a bit more difficult than that. There we go, bumper off. I was actually expecting that bumper to fall on me then, so managed to catch it. So I've got to strip a few bits off this now and we'll be ready for paint on this part then. Right, we've got the two indicators to remove. We've got several little bolts underneath to undo to get the rest of the spoiler cap off, and another one here to remove the light. And then we've got this valance at the bottom to pull out. Come to remove the other light and I was like, where's the wiring loom for it gone? I don't want to have to buy a wiring loom. And then I realised it's just a reflector, it's not a real light, so emergency over and dealt with. bolts back in where possible so you know where they are. Bumper is now all off, and I might as well show you the damage. So there's a little bit of deformation down here, which should hopefully be able to be pushed out with a little bit of heat. A little bit of damage here, and a little bit of damage here. And one other thing that needs repairing, if you remember rightly in another video, the bumper wasn't fitting right because this has been pushed up here and damaged slightly. So what I'm going to try and do, if I can get my lighter to work, is heat that up and then push it back down. Almost forgot, I need to check for damage at the rear here. Small little bit of impact here. You can see how small that hole is there, and that one's just a little bit larger. It's been pushed in ever so slightly. Back panel is all in line. It's just the exhaust unfortunately has been damaged, but I'm unsure on what I'm going to do about that yet. Whether I'm going to get a new exhaust or take it off and try and straighten it out. We shall see. So for transportation purposes, let's get this rear bumper back on. And now it's on to removing the parts off this door. Now, it's something I've never done before. I have watched a YouTube video, so I've got a little bit of an idea on how to do it. So fingers crossed, it's not too difficult. I'm going to start by removing this wire here. Right, what I'm doing now is removing the door handle. I've got one torque screw here and then another one up the back there, if you can see that on there, look. Going to remove those now. There we go, that was quite easy. There's just 2 of these bolts to undo. And then inside here, there's just a little latch on top that you just need to just push up with a screwdriver, and out it pops. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because all I put out are no nonsense, interesting videos about Alfas, Fiats and other makes of cars. So hit that subscribe button and that bell icon so I can increase my viewing. Thank you. Finally, she's all stripped down and she can now get loaded on the trailer and go off for paint. I'm hoping it's going to take about a week, maybe 2 weeks for the bodywork. So we'll see what happens. So it's now the next day. We're all loaded up. Let's just quickly go over the bodywork and show you what is going to be repaired. So one of the few panels that doesn't need painting on the car is the boot lid, and that is in perfect condition. We are going to have the rear bumper repainted. There's a few little sort of dimples down there. They're going to have to be worked out. There's the corner of the bumper here where it is protruding up where it's been pulled. That's going to have to be sorted out as well. This little bit of damage here, which is going to get sorted out. So you see it's pushed it in, it's pushed it up and out and over and in all different sorts of directions, so it looks absolutely terrible at the minute. I've got the little bit of damage to the A-pillar here. That is going to get pulled out as well and be like new. The bonnet is going to have this dink taken out of it, but I think it's going to be a case of painting the whole thing. The wing here will need straightening out. We've got some dents here and it's all going to have to be lined up and sorted out. And the final part, and probably the most difficult one, is to pull all the metal out here, because it's quite thick and it's also like triple skinned, so it's not the easiest to pull out. So now guys, I managed to get a few spare hours to spend it at the body shop, so I managed to film quite a bit of the work being done on it. Just cleaning up the metal to get it as clean as possible so we can start pulling the dents. Now this cracking little tool here just welds a little spot so we can start yanking on the panel to get the dents out. And before I arrived, he'd got some of the work done, worked out a few of the dents and filled and sanded a few areas.